Today, we are gonna we ask the kind of, it's more of a, how do we explain this?
Right.
You're probably gonna have to just watch today's episode.
Because even our intro got lost in the shuffle.
Irik!
Mr. Chaz.
Hello!
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today.
Yes, the bearded ones are back.
It's part of our legacy.
Indeed.
Speaking of legacy,
Nice tie-in.
Thank you. Today's episode is going to touch on a very interesting Viking Icelandic tradition that we were informed of during a recent gaming day with a friend. And they told us about this tradition that they heard about, where when a revered member of the clan would die, they would put a memento or something that kind of represented them in the corpse's mouth before they sent it off to the other side.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, the reason why it came up in the conversation that day is because actually they have found a bunch of these bodies that had board game pieces in their mouths because theoretically these people were really good at that game or something like that.
Right. Either they had a proven prowess for it, they were known for it, or it was their favorite game. So to find a chess-like piece in someone's mouth.
Right. And to be fair, no one really knows exactly the real reason why these things were in their mouth. They're just assuming. But it did raise enough interesting questions that we thought, okay, if we were to undergo this ceremonial practice, what board game piece or board gaming related item would we have in our mouths when we cross over to the other side? Sure, let's put that on the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're laying on your Viking ship. They're ready to launch you, light you on fire. But your final wish, what is that board game piece you want to take with you?
Yes. And like all good stones, we're not going to let these go unturned. We have Paula, we have Grant, we have Matthew joining us, and all five of us are going to give our answers to this important question.
Metaphysical, existential dilemma.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to another dilemma of who to pick first to share their story with us.
Oh, well, this we have an easy solution for.
We do. The thing that I was considering being buried with in my mouth, the Star Wars board game spinner, which has done us no wrong these many episodes.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit. We'll dislocate your jaw and just get it in there and it'll be fine.
Whatever you gotta do, man.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
This is a weird episode.
I have a feeling it's about to get weird.
All right. Well, let's see who's going to be the first weirdo on the list. Number one.
That's going to be Grant Granderson.
G-Rant.
G-Rant.
Give us your G-Rant.
That's good.
Thank you.
Well, to be honest, I don't think I would be buried with a piece from a game because it's not the games themselves that make this hobby special. It's not the games that I want to remember. It's the people. And I know that might sound cliche or sentimental, but it's true. Like, I want to take my memories and my friendships and things like that with me to the afterlife. Those are going to sustain me a lot longer than the game itself will be. And that's one of the reasons I love the hobby so much, is because of the people that you meet and get to hang out with and interact with. So if I'm keeping one game piece, one game related thing with me into the afterlife, it is this little dragon that my good buddy Andrew painted for me. You can see that little miniature right there. And, this isn't for a particular game, but it is sort of gaming world related. You can see he painted it red and green because he knows how much I love Christmas. Nobody asked him to do this. I didn't tell him I really wanted something like this. He just took the time to make this for me because he wanted to and because he thought it would be special. And it is special. And, this is just a reminder of how great the people in board games are. And so, this is what I want to bring with me because this is a reminder of all the friendships and the great people. So, sorry this one wasn't funny, but you asked me about death, so I thought about it for real.
I want to thank the game that has helped make this entire week of episodes possible, Shadows of Brimstone from Flying Frog Productions, an epic game with endless adventures blending light role-playing, tactical action, and cooperative scenarios. I have a friend group that has played this game every single weekend for like 2 years, and they're still going strong with it. That's because both of its 2 core sets, City of the Ancients and Swamps of Death, feature unique heroes, enemies, missions, encounters, gear, artifacts, and miniatures. Not only that, they are also cross-compatible, doubling the content of the game. Other expansions include enemy packs featuring new foes to face, other world expansions providing a full set of map tiles, cards, rules, and miniatures to allow your heroes to explore entirely new alien worlds and their deadly inhabitants. Follow the link in this video's description to find the various versions of Shadow of Brimstone at your friendly local game store and online now, and then start exploring the Shadows of Brimstone and all the content it has to offer. Oh, well, right off the bat we have a twist. So that's not necessarily an item from a specific board game, but kind of a tabletop gaming related item.
Yeah, and I have the same question. Will that fit in his mouth?
I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way, friend.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
It also actually reminded me what I think my pick would be.
Oh yeah?
Yes, because mine is not an item from a specific board game, but something related to my time working in this hobby. And that is a homemade gift that I was given by my daughter probably about 8 years or so ago. When I started my YouTube channel, it was Pair of Dice Paradise.
Right.
And part of the whole branding of it, I had a little logo of a little dice with angel wings and a halo, and another little dice with devil wings and little horns and a little tail. Right. When my daughter was, 6 or 7 years old, she got these they weren't beads, but they were these little cubes that you could make things out of. Then you'd heat them up and they would melt together a little bit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And she went, and of her own volition, she made the 2 little dice from the logo out of these things, and she gave them to me. I think these are what I would choose to do that. Just for that special, they're kind of a special memento of not only my time in this hobby, but also my time with my daughter in this hobby.
Yeah. Oh, that's a wonderful choice. That's a wonderful pick, Chaz. And it fits in your mouth.
Yeah, those will definitely fit.
Those will fit. So bonus points.
So all criteria met.
All criteria met. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we see what the other folks have done.
Yes.
That is Paula.
Let's find out what Paula is planning on taking from this world.
Yes. To the next.
Does this question make anyone else uncomfortable? There's something about the idea, I know I'll be dead. I won't feel what's in my mouth, but the idea of putting a board game piece in my mouth, this is rich coming from me. I've put a lot of board game pieces in my mouth for a comedy bit. I do that on a pretty regular basis. The idea of someone else maybe doing it, I'm like, bleh, bleh. But I think it has to be dice. I have to be buried with dice in my mouth. And not just a D6, not just the regular, normal kind of die that we see in most board games, but I think a whole TTRPG set. So we're talking D4 and a D6 and a D8 and a D12 and the 2 percentile dice, the D10s, plus the D20, all of them. I'll be dead, so it's not like I need to worry about choking on them. Put them all in my mouth because that represents a bunch of things. It represents my comedy series, Things Get Dicey. It represents board games. And some board games have more than just D6s in them. And it represents tabletop RPGs, which is a part of the hobby that I engage in a lot. That's like the 50% of the other part of my gaming hobby, right? Is playing RPGs that use those dice. And it really, I think, would help express to people who found my body later and looked inside my mouth and found all the dice. Is that what would happen? Is that what we're presuming here? People are going to find us and dig us up and open our mouths? Anyway, maybe it would let them know that I love storytelling in games. I love games with an emergent narrative. I love games with that exciting moment of rolling the dice and not knowing what's going to happen, kind of leaving it up to fate or luck. The big, dramatic moments that can cause, either from joy or from sadness, that's my favorite thing in any gaming experience. And so I think that's why those dice really represent that and represent what's important to me in gaming, is having that experience with people. the shared experience of that. So I'd be buried with dice in my mouth, and we will all just cross our fingers that my dice curse, which is real, it's a curse, it's real, hopefully that won't follow me into the afterlife. We can only hope.
What I like about Paula's solution is it's not only sentimental, but also extremely practical.
Absolutely. And I would challenge Paula to go one step further and not just have a complete set of RPG dice, but how many dice can you fit in there?
Oh,
I want like chipmunk cheeks, right? Like,
oh, you can't be too prepared, and you can never have too many dice.
because what if one of them loses its mojo? You got to have a backup D20. That's just the rules of the universe.
That's just good planning.
That is just good planning.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many dice do you think you could fit in your mouth?
I sense another episode coming out of this.
I sensed it too. Very good idea. We'll put that one in the maybe pile.
In the maybe pile, okay.
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone's going to want us to have the metal spiky dice for that one. You know that, right? It's
That's a good point. Yeah. Hey, we could make it like a grill out of dice. You know, that's something that probably should happen at some point. Why not?
Put that on the tchotchke marketing list thing again.
There you go. There you
Dice
go.
grill,
Yeah.
Paula Casket Dice Tower,
Game night picks merch.
Game Nights Picks Perch.
There you go.
Visit
Wait.
the store, we don't have-
Wait. What did you say? Paula Casket? What was that?
I said Paula Casket Dice Tower.
I almost missed that.
Yeah. So I'm just figuring if Paula has a mouthful of dice, at some point, you could technically use that to roll the dice.
Well, that's an approach.
Yeah. Paula, I say all this with love.
Why did we do this episode? While I sit here and quietly contemplate whether or not I'm going to edit that whole bit out of this episode, why don't we move on to your choice and share with us what yours would be.
Fair enough. So, I went with the original thought of what would a piece that would fit in my mouth.
Okay.
Right. And
Again, practicality.
practicality.
Sure.
Practicality.
Knowing you, that makes total sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I went through all the iterations of what looks like candy, so I feel like I'm having candy. And then finally decided, I think if I was going to have to take a board game piece and have that be, I would literally take the round counter marker from White Castle because it is this ridiculously tall, ridiculously ornate, like dragon piece that has a very minor part in the role for its size comparison to everything else is just ridiculous.
Right.
But it's really intricate. It's very cool. I really love the game, White Castle.
Okay.
And I think that piece would have a tremendous mouthfeel
Okay.
just because there's so much texture to it. Your standard meeple's kind of just,
Yeah.
it's like,
Dragon brings more to the table, both figuratively and literally then.
absolutely. And would hopefully confuse anybody who found my body.
That's a very good goal to have, too.
Right?
Yes.
What is this? Where did it come from? I mean, somebody immediately would post that on BGG. What game did this piece come from?
You realize that thread would be, where does this piece come from? And the question would be, where did you find it? A grave.
A grave?
An exhumed grave. Why do you ask? I'm sorry. Continue.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Equally as perplexing, but maybe not as confusing, is I would actually like to be buried in a box, a board game box. Now, I may need to be cremated for that, or I may need to be compressed or some way, or I could just be buried in Gloomhaven, which I think has enough room for me and a friend or two.
Just fold it up.
Right. Yeah. So that would be fun. It's like just buried in the box.
Well, you're right. That does put a fun twist on this whole question.
Yeah.
Well, no. Instead of a board game in me, put me in a board game.
Right.
I like it. Always thinking one step ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're going to go that route, I think Aldara here might be the way to go.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. It's almost a duplex.
Yeah. Right. So if anyone's looking for a Afterlife timeshare,
Yeah.
let me know, and we'll sign up together.
There you go. I'm gonna. Oh God, carrying this away will be the death of me.
I know, board game injuries.
Okay. Who do we have left on the list?
I believe we just have Matthew left on the list.
Okay. Well, let's see what turn this conversation can take next.
Who writes these questions? That's my first question. What is happening right? Hello, I'm Matthew. What is happening right now? All right. Okay. So yes, my answer to this is great. It's the best one here, I think. You know, like, okay, so this wouldn't fit in my mouth necessarily, but it could be worn on my face, I guess, which I'll allow. I'll allow this. You know, it's a couple games. One is called like Donutters, and the other one's called Ring Around the Nosies. And essentially, it's one of those games where you have an elephant nose on your face, and you have to pick rings up, you know, and get the rings on your nose, and you're collecting rings like a kid's little mass market kids game. That's what I want. I want to be buried with that. Not only do I think that would bewilder architects and archaeologists, more likely, that's what I'm trying to say, bewilder archaeologists in the future. What happened? Why has he got a plastic elephant? He must have been some kind of ritualistic priest. Not only would that be great, I think, honestly, one of the main things we want to achieve with our death is confusing archaeologists in the future. But if I'm not dead and I've been buried alive, I'm just in my coffin, there I wake up, help! Let me out! I'm running out of air! If only I had some kind of tube to shove through the dirt and rock under which I'm assuming I'm in a tomb of some description, and I could shove the elephant nose up, gasp for air. That's what I want. You think you buried me with a silly mask, a ridiculous thing? No. You've just spelled your own demise. You buried me with a tool to escape my prison. A way to breathe the precious oxygen through the nose of an elephant. Breathing it in. And then I'm coming for you. I'm getting out the grave. I'm rising again. Right? I'll put a suit on. I'm probably already wearing a suit, now I think about it. I'm coming for you. Why'd you bury me? Put me in the ground. I'm after you. All because you listened to my silly thing. Bury me with an elephant mask. Ha 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 ha, nothing. You've spelled your own demise.
That's one approach to answering the question.
That was the most utilitarian answer.
When we thought Paula was being prepared, okay, Matthew, that certainly is a way to be prepared for any eventuality.
Not only the afterlife, but apparently being buried alive. That's a lot of contingency planning, my friend.
Okay, sure, yeah. If you're still here, by any chance, let us know down in the comments what piece you would be buried with. And this seems like as good a time as any to upsell the GameNightPicks.com website, because that's a great thing to associate with this topic, I suppose.
You can even use Game Night Picks to figure out what games you're going to play in the afterlife with your friends.
Ooh, fancy time. I'm pretty sure they have Wi-Fi on the River Styx. I think they still do.
You have to pay the 2 gold coins, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's
that's actually what they're for. Is to pay Wi-Fi.
Just pay for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Still here? Really? Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
And enjoy your day, because it may be the end of the rest of your life.
Thank you. Better. Perfect.
It's good to be prepared.